Okay, so another sort of situation arising here where we've got 3x equals m, and they want us to make x the subject. Now this is very similar, of course. Think back to solving equations. Suppose I've got 3x equals to, say, a number. Let's say, let's go for 6. Okay, if I got 3x equals to 6, ask yourself what you would do to work out x. Think about it, right? 3 times x is 6, so you can see straight away what x is going to be, yeah? Okay, it's got to be 2, isn't it? 3 times 2 gives you 6. Okay, but when you sort of show the workings algebraically, what we see is that we're timesing 3 times x, yeah? So if I take that 3 over to the side, I'll be left with x here, okay, on its own. So, but by taking that 3 over, okay, because I'm timesing, when I take it over, I've got to divide, haven't I? Okay, do the opposite of timesing, I divide. So you get 6 divided by 3, and of course you can work that out to be 2. Okay, but we get a situation where you don't get, like, you get 2 different letters here, and we've got to get x equals essentially again, all right? But you apply the same principles you applied over here. You just recognize this as times, so you take the 3 over and you divide. So you get x equals to m divided by 3, and that's it. Okay, you can't do any more because we don't know what m is, but we've made x the subject of the formula. We've made x equals. Okay, so if we wanted to find out x given a particular value of m, we could work it out. Okay, they could tell us, couldn't they? They could tell us using this formula. They could say, look, m is equal to actually a certain value. So what is x now? And you could work it out using that formula. Okay, let's look at this now. Now this is similar to the first video, okay, where we've got the x, you notice, on the right hand side, and we want to sort of try and avoid situations like that. So what I would do is rewrite this. Okay, so just write it the other way around. So 5x is equal to m plus 1. Okay, just reverse the order, and then consider the fact here then what we're doing with the x. Well, it's timesing, so I need to take that 5 over the other side. Okay, because I'm timesing. When I take it over, I've got to divide. Now I've got m plus 1 on this side, and I need to divide the whole thing. So if I take this over and divide, I've got to divide the whole thing by 5. Okay, and there's my answer. Okay, so I've made x the subject of the formula. I've got x equals to m plus 1 divided by 5. Okay, finally then, again, in that situation where we've got x on the right hand side, okay, so make it easy for yourself. Rewrite it. So you've got 7x minus 2 equals to 30 plus t. Okay, just do that. Okay, and we've got a little bit of work here because, we want to get x equals, and just take your time on it, okay? You don't have to rush this. You don't have to do it all in one go. What I'd advise you to do is, let's just deal with this minus 2 to start with. Let's take that over. So we've got 7x is equal to 30 plus t. Now that minus 2, if I take that over, of course it's going to change to a plus 2, yeah? The opposite sign. Now, you've got that, and again, taking your time, taking steps on this. Of course, I can put them together, can't I? Because 30 and 2 is 32. 30 plus 2, they're both numerical values. And then, of course, you've got this plus t. So you've got to leave that like that, right? Because it's a number, and that's like a letter. So 32 plus t. And then you've got this sort of last step then to get x, and it's similar to the question before. Just appreciate your timesing 7 by x. So when you take that 7 over, you've got to do the opposite and divide. And you've got to divide the whole thing, right? So 32 plus t, divide the whole thing by the 7. And then you've got your x equals to something, right? So you've made x the subject of the formula.